Recently, the former members of parliament under their umbrella body, the Parliamentary Alumni of Uganda, were recorded asking for monthly financial relief, support and recognition from government to aid in their ailing health situation, among other expenses.
We wanted the medical health insurance for us to be included in the health insurance. Many of our colleagues are sick. They are suffering from various ailments. But if there was health insurance, you know, many organizations have health insurance. Even if you get off the payroll, you still remain being taken care of.
The association also reminded President Yoweri Museveni of a 2026 pledge of 100 million shillings to each former MP who served before the 10th Parliament.
At that time, like I'm telling you, that we're 1,421. But I think those who are still alive, who the president can ably pay, are around 770, because most of our members have since died.
This has continued to raise questions, challenging the current members of parliament to think beyond their current term and to prepare for life after politics.
Colleagues, let's get out of this begging syndrome. When I look at all of us, we can determine how we can sustain ourselves. Yes, it may not be as big as we expect, but let's start somewhere. You cannot call yourself a leader and you cannot begin anything to sustain yourself.
Uganda's politics is often driven by the race for re-election. For many legislators, the next campaign begins long before the current term ends. Constituency demands, political pressure, and the desire to remain relevant can easily overshadow personal financial planning and retirement preparation. Yet every parliamentary term has an expiry date. By May 2031, today's legislators will either return to parliament or join the growing list of former MPs navigating life outside the August House. Former government chief whip and former minister for energy and mineral development, Ruth Nankabirwa, understands that transition well.
I think they don't prepare themselves well. Me, I prepared myself. After serving for 3 decades, surely, one would expect that a time will come when you retire. And when you retire, when you are still energetic, you have that time to take care of your projects. Because I've been doing projects and I've not been having enough time to supervise them. My husband has been helping me. Now I see that as an opportunity. I cannot go into depression after serving for 30 years, surely.
For many MPs, representing constituencies comes with expectations that stretch beyond legislation. School fees, funeral contributions, medical bills and community fundraising often compete with personal investments and saving. The balancing act is one many lawmakers say leaves little time and room for preparing for retirement.
Some people come to parliament as a form of employment. And when they get the job, it's like they are trying to recover and to cover what they have failed to do over time. So by the time the 5 years end, they are simply, you know, when you start from negative, by the time you achieve zero, they simply achieve zero because they started from negative. So that is the real issue.
Those who have experienced both defeat and return to parliament say losing election can become an unexpected lesson in resilience and planning. Political competition has become increasingly intense. In some constituencies, the pressure to remain popular pushes legislators into excessive spending, while others admit that protecting a political seat can sometimes take priority over securing their future.
Being on ground doesn't mean attending weddings and burials. I never attend those in my constituency. But I find a way of being ground from a perspective of service delivery. Service delivery by tagging along on government programs.
But beyond the financial strain lies another reality that is rarely discussed: mental health. Leaving public office often means adjusting to a silent life after years of influence, recognition, and constant public attention. For some MPs, the emotional transition can be just as difficult as the financial one.
It's called adjustment conduct disorder. This is where Komakech is a member of parliament. He loses his seat. He's used to being driven to work. Everyone is calling him honourable. Then he has a passport that is green in color. That's official. There's that status of life he has attained. All of a sudden, he loses it. To adjust himself to that level.
Immediately after election, elected legislators attract money lenders who offer quick loans, creating financial obligations.
People should not rush to go to money lenders. You know, the interest is so big that if you don't plan well, you lose out. At the end of the 5 years, you are almost running berserk because, first of all, you don't have anything, even to go back and do campaigns, even putting your own fuel you may not put. So I think I have to advise the new people, the people who have come, that don't rush. I can see some people go for 1 billion. Even some banks begin calling and giving, we are offering 1 billion. Be very careful.
Sensitizing members of parliament. There are many. They can come with the, proposals for businesses which are not there. And then you mortgage your salary because a business has been proposed to you, which is not there. I saw them when I was a chief whip. I rescued many of them from even going to jail. I stood surety to many of them.
The Parliamentary Pensions Act 2007 provides retirement benefits for former members of parliament who qualify under the law, including the age requirement of 45 years. But many former legislators say pension benefits alone cannot replace years of deliberate planning, disciplined saving, and investment.
I'm not even stressed because I have my things in the garden, in the farm. I've already grown my food crops. I have my maize, I have my groundnuts, I have my beans. That one I can make my people eat at home. At least even if I have less money, I know. Then these other perennial crops that I've grown, I know that at the end of the year, I'm harvesting dragon fruits.
Perhaps the greatest lesson from those who have served before is that Parliament is only one chapter in a much longer story. For the members of the 12th Parliament, the next 5 years will be defined by debates, legislation, and political decisions. But when the final session closes and the chamber falls silent, the quality of life beyond Parliament may depend less on the speeches they made and more on the plans they made while in office. Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.